What is Dracula's favorite board game? Connect 4. Happy Sunday, my friends. Welcome to the stream. Happy Father's Day to those who have celebrated and to whom that applies. Welcome in. I hope you've had a great. I hope you've had a great weekend. Jelly, if you could be so kind as to phonetically type the punchline, that might help some people out. Welcome in, my friends. Thank you for being here. Cows are important is first in chat tonight. Cows, welcome in. Happy to have you here. And right at the top of the stream, Dead Zergling and Buddha Fingers close behind. Thank you, my friends, for being here as well. Jelly, thank you for being with us. I hope everyone is doing well. Welcome in 391,981. Pleasure to have you with us. This game, this game, we're playing Castlevania 64 tonight, my friends. This will be the 4th time we've played this on the stream. What can I say? I love this game. I love this game. It's among my favorites, and so I'm happy to be playing it again. We're gonna try it out on hard mode. I don't know how that's gonna go. I'm a little nervous. I've never played the game on hard mode before, but we're gonna give it a try tonight. Probably won't make it through the whole game in one night. That would be very surprising. The game isn't that long. I actually think it would be, it would be entirely possible for me to pass through this game in a single sitting if I really rushed it, but I don't tend to do that. I like this game. I like to take my time with it. I like to look around and take in the scenery and sort of admire the little details about the game world. This might be a stream of someone enjoying something to an obnoxious level. Just a heads up about that. I tend to gush in regards to this game. I'll probably be repeating a lot of the same mundane observations that I always make when I play this game. So a heads up about that if you've been here before. But hopefully it's going to be a good time. I think there's a lot of potential for us to have a lot of fun with this tonight. It's been on my mind a lot lately, so I decided to break with our regular tradition, because we have been playing Tears of the Kingdom on Sundays, and we will play Tears on Tuesday and Thursday this week. But I've just been thinking about this game a lot, so it's time to play it again. Let me get caught up here. It's a fun game. I'm glad you agree with me. What did the Korok dress up as for the Halloween party, Buddha Finger says? Count Truncula? What is this, Buddha Fingers? Hey, we have a raid. Nice. Welcome in. Hey, Barnacules, thank you for the raid. Welcome in, friends of Barnacules. Happy to have you here. You're just in time, my friends. We're just getting started for tonight. I hope you've had a wonderful stream. If you'd like to tell me what you were up to tonight, we'd love to hear it. Welcome in Larsum. Good to have you with us again. Welcome in Bellum 128. Thank you for joining us, Bellum. Hope you are doing well. You're smiling. Username does not check out. Well, I definitely play a lot of video games that make me feel... I definitely play a lot of video games that make me feel rather grumpy, but we try to keep spirits high as much as possible. It's my goal to keep the name ironic. Doesn't always work out. Oh, I missed Conga. Welcome in, Conga Line Monkey. Thank you for being here, Conga. If you enjoy things too much, we'll pull out the redeems. Oh no. I better lower my spirits immediately. Koroks are trees, right? Trees have trunks. I get the trunk. I guess it just didn't really sound enough like trunk. It didn't sound quite enough like Drac to really to really land for me, I think. Buddha fingers. Welcome in, Graham. Thank you for joining us again tonight. Zergling says he's a double agent. He claims to be Frownie, but he's actually Smiley. Buddha fingers. Thank you for the wheel of Scorchin. We'll spin that in just a moment. Christian Cool, welcome in. Thank you for the lurk. Thank you for the bits, Christian. Thank you for the 100 bits. Very much appreciated. Very kind of you. Come for the frown, stay for the smiles, Jelly says. Bellum, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you coming on board with us. Very kind of you. We had another follow too. I'll let you remain anonymous if you so choose. Other follower from about a minute ago, but I do very much appreciate you as well. Thank you. Joe, welcome in. Pleasure to have you with us again. Hope you are doing well this Sunday. Hope everyone's had a fine weekend. And the frowns don't come out until Frownie pulls out the self-imposed suffering. There is a lot of this on the stream. So if you're unfamiliar with the stream, this is primarily a retro gaming stream. I do play newer things on the Switch from time to time. Currently, we're working our way through Tears of the Kingdom about 2 or 3 nights a week. But the other half of the stream is pretty solidly retro. We've been playing Donkey Kong Country, Alundra, and Plock recently, and we're going to start up some Castlevania 64 here in just a moment. On this stream, we're mostly a pretty family-friendly environment. What you see and hear out of me, I tend to keep as much as possible, kind of all ages appropriate. We do play M-rated games sometimes, but I try to give a heads up about that. We prioritize very strictly blind playthroughs, whether it's a first playthrough or a challenge run. I try to avoid doing any research or learning anything about the games I play. I don't tend to ask for help or anything like that, so there's a lot of confusion, a lot of struggling, and a lot of suffering on the stream. I like adventure games, I like platformers, I like brutally tough games like Castlevania and Contra and Super Ghouls and Ghosts. And I also have a strong like for broken trash games. So we play a lot of licensed stuff, we play a lot of plug-and-plays, a lot of nightmare games that no one should play, and I try to stick to them. We don't just sample them, but I try to go all the way to credits, and I feel like more often than not, I tend to 100% most of the things we play. And that sometimes feels bad for my health. But that's what we do, and in the theme of suffering, we're gonna spin the wheel of Scorchin now in just a moment. Jelly is arriving with my coffee, so let me disappear for a second while I obtain that. we go to the wide shot for the. I know you can't see it very well. This is a party wheel. It's got several spicy or sour foods listed on it. I'm going to give it a spin and just sample whatever it lands on. Some of them are very mild, and some of them are so terrifying that I'm worried that sampling them may end the stream. It's so close to the one everyone's waiting for, which is the sunflower seeds over here. But we landed on the fiery habanero sauce. This is an item that we've had a few times, and it's tolerable. This is Marie Sharp's habanero pepper sauce. Gold labeled is fiery hot. It's kind of somewhere right in the middle of the extremes of heat that this brand seems to produce. Maybe the upper middle. And we'll just have a very generous sampling of it now. That's why Isaac is my co-pilot. Because he's always got this expression. No one is more enthusiastic than Isaac. Or at least no one wears their enthusiasm so plainly. Alright, so I'm just going to fill this cracker kind of as much as I can. Here we go. Oh, that was a little more than I was ready for. It's not so bad. It's not so bad. It's just, I think it's just that was a lot of sauce. Oh. Oh. I should have. I broke that cracker very unevenly. I should have given myself the smaller portion. Oh. I think we're calming down. I think I'm past the peak. Isaac used to run the stream, and Frownie just relaxed on the couch, but then Isaac rolled four spicy sunflower seeds in a row. I'm worried, Zergling, that's gonna happen to me, and one of the cats is gonna have to take over the stream. Alright, let me get my big head out of the way. And we can see about diving into our game here. Let me see if my coffee is way too hot to drink. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, by the way, that I missed you on Friday night, my friends. And it's a real shame it had to happen on another Alundra night. Alundra just keeps getting very mistreated, that game. That game does not deserve the bad way that I've been treating it. With giving it short segments and canceling it. But I had to miss you Friday night. I've been, Jelly and I have been doing a lot of yard work. We've been taking up, in our home, when we moved in, our yard has a lot of rock beds in the yard that were like, at one time there were little like flower and shrub gardens, but long before we moved in, they had fallen into complete disarray and chaos, and so we've known for a long time that we were going to need to dig them out and do something with them, and our goal is just to turn them back into lawn. So we've been digging out the rock beds, and it's just scooping up the rocks and sifting out the dirt and separating out the weeds and roots and pulling up all the plastic sheeting that's down there. And we got a big chunk done. There's like one of the gardens that sits in our yard around a tree. There's a circle around the tree about an 8-foot diameter. And we finished that one up today. So, but being out in the yard just, oh boy, it just kills my arms and my back, and then I needed some extra sleep. When someone rolls the sunflower seeds, Frownie's just gonna put the hat and headphones on Isaac. Not a bad idea, Buddha Fingers. Alright, wait a moment. Do I need to go down here to the options? No. I wasn't sure where to select hard mode from. Alright. Game start. New game? Hard mode. Perfect. And I'm gonna go with Reinhardt. I don't know how to change his costume. We have a secondary costume option. I don't know how to select that, but I want to. ZLR. I will allow for one tiny instance of backseating of help. If someone knows how to select the alternate costume. I give you permission to share. Decided to be adventurous, Zergling says. Tried a new cheese tonight. Tried my first brie triangle. Didn't care for the crust too much, but the cheese itself wasn't too bad. I can't actually say if I've ever had brie. Baked brie is where it's at. It says you select them first if you unlocked it, Budafingers says. Thank you, Budafingers.
Transylvania, in the mid-19th century, the province of Wallachia.
I like trying new cheeses. In says in 391981. Is there a way you prefer to have your name shortened?
The land will again be plunged into darkness. The people have returned to the path of wickedness, and the bonds that seal their evil ruler's spirit are weakening. Deep in his castle, he stirs from a century of enforced...
Thank you for that, Budafingers.
Count Dracula.
I didn't do that right. That's what I'm seeing here.
Reinhard Schneider, heir to the...
Call me in. I couldn't think of a creative username. Right on. In you shall be. I know we unlocked it because after we beat the game last time, After we beat the game, I started a new game, but didn't save just to try out just to check out the costume.
Transylvania, in the mid-19th century.
I'm gonna let the story roll, but I'll probably talk over it.
In this time of peace and plenty, no one foresees the return of ancient horrors. But the old legends live, and soon the land will again be plunged into darkness.
Some people think I'm a bot. I could see how that might happen. At least at first.
Deep in his castle, he stirs from a century of enforced sleep. Count Dracula awakes.
Jelly says that's how Isaac made his debut on the stream, wearing the headphones in place of Frownie. Yeah, the first time Isaac appeared on the stream was on April Fool's Day. I went away for a BRB, and when I came back, Isaac was in my place. I played a little practical joke. And then he's gotten variable amounts of screen time after that. Was that in the pre-good headphones days? Oh, it certainly was. Yeah, Budafingers. That was hey, we did it. There's our classic Simon Belmont costume. Wonderful. Forest of Silence. Here we go. What a great way to begin the game. In the storm, with the lightning strikes and the falling trees. I love it. I'm imagining I'm going to want to harvest a lot of resources for the hard mode. I'm probably going to need... So those trees burned from the lightning, but the rain put the fires out. I don't think I've ever stopped and watched the lightning strikes in the distance like that in the skybox there. They look great. The skybox leaves a little to be desired, I have to admit. It's kind of weird with the clouds like on a disc up above us like that. I don't know. I don't know that looks much like a real sky, but I love those lightning strikes. wolves howling in the distance. You're clearly not a bot, Jelly says, as you haven't encouraged Frownie to buy new subscribers. Dead body. It must have been in the rain for a while. The dead body has completely turned into a skeleton. It's just a circular storm. Don't think too hard about it, Cow says. Thank you again, by the way, Zergling and Buddha Fingers, for getting that info that I needed. I think you'd just fallen into lava too. Yeah, we were playing Paper Mario. I was in the volcano in Paper Mario when Isaac made his debut. Oh, but yeah, and the mention of brie and cheeses. I don't think I've ever had brie. I can't say for sure, but I don't think I have. I really like... cheese is a food that scares me. There are a select few cheeses that I like, and I really like the cheeses that I like. But I'm usually very scared to try a new cheese. This big skeleton will take out the little skeletons for us if we lure them close enough to him. I was hoping to get a power-up drop. None of the enemies are dropping power-ups, so my strength is staying pretty low. There we go. That's what you want to see. It doesn't appear to have made much of a difference yet. Have I played this game before? My performance against this boss has been rather questionable. Hey, Chompy, welcome in. Ah, yes, the best Castlevania of the Nintendo 64, PlayStation 1 era. I wholeheartedly agree. Alright, here we go. We've saved. I'm no longer gonna have the option to start this fresh. I think I'll bring the volume up just a touch. Worried that might prove to be too much when things get intense. Yeah, let's go with the holy water. Hey, Defiant Salem, welcome in. Welcome to Castlevania 64. Listening to some 20s and 30s themed noir dark jazz and watching Frownie torture himself. No torture tonight, Salem. It's all good times tonight with Castlevania 64. I love this game. If you haven't played this before, you might notice that there's like a little lock-on box that appears around the enemies, and if you're not playing, it kind of looks like that might be like a Z-targeting sort of thing, and it kind of is, but it's not really. It's not at your command like Z-targeting is. The targeting system works automatically. You can get the game to switch between targets. And as you can see, the targeting doesn't mean a whole lot. You don't necessarily aim for the enemy that you're locked onto. It's sort of like... I say that the targeting system in this game is sort of what I think you think of. One idea before you think of Z-targeting. I think if Konami, in the development process, had thought one idea further for the targeting system, they would have invented Z-targeting. This guy reminds me of the Juggernaut from X-Men. I don't know that I've ever gotten a good look at his face. Power up. Finally. Finally, we're strong enough to fight skeletons. My health situation is quite poor. I'm feeling nervous. Hey, Dynamite, welcome in. I was hoping you would catch me tonight. We're just getting started. We're playing through on hard mode. I've never tried out hard mode before. I'm actually doing rather badly. My health is kind of low, and I don't have any health items yet. I think there's a roast chicken here. All right, feeling a little better. If the werewolf shows up here, though, I'm gonna be in big trouble. Oh, I forgot I had a roast beef. Let's eat that. But yeah, I was thinking about you. I was finally playing a game that finally playing a game that you like, so I'm glad you caught us. Normally, you can interact with this guy to get a little piece of dialogue, but might be only after the platforms move. Spoiler alert. More roast beef, nice. I feel like this right here is what trips a lot of people up with this game. And starts people off like in a negative place with this game, and why they don't tend to give it the as the sort of fair chance that it deserves. The platforming here is really tough. Like I might die right here. I've played this game several times, and I'm still worried that this jump is going to kill me. The platforming in this first stage. I mean, there's platforming all throughout the game, and some of it is some of it does get quite difficult. And here, early on in the game, this is some tough platforming, and you're not really used to the controls yet. There we go. See, I knew we could interact with that. Dead body. Has it drowned? No, it must be poisoned water from the river. That's how they contextualized. When you fall into the water, you die. That's how they contextualized that your character can't swim, because it's not normal water, it's poison water. It's good. It's good that they thought like that. Oh, I'm scared. I'm scared of the platforming. It's so tough. Let's go. The big secret, though, to like a lot of this platforming is you have to hold the jump button when you jump. If you're not holding the jump button, you won't grab the ledges. Because releasing the jump button is how you let go of a ledge. So you have to get used to jumping is very rarely a tap with this game. You always want to jump and hold the jump button all the way through. Really like commit to your button press. Oh yeah, this is the secondary outfit, Dynamite. You unlock this. This is an unlockable. It's supposed to look like Simon Belmont's outfit It's kind of inspired by Castlevania 2, Simon, his look. It's basically Simon's armor from Castlevania 2 without the tights. So it's sort of a mix of like a couple different Simon styles, but taken mostly from Castlevania 2, I think, because of the red color and the arm guard. I'm gonna explode. I like Reinhardt's base outfit better, but just for the sake of variety, I figured, we did unlock this, so might as well use it. There are no coffins in there. That's odd. I didn't remember any of them being empty. The platforming initially can be maddening, Dynamite says. Some people never get the hang of it, but once you get the feel of it, it's great, challenging fun. Maybe not in the clock tower, though. I don't remember if this is a jump you can just make. You can. Special 1. There are 2 special crystals in the game. One of them you have to collect to unlock hard mode, and one you have to collect to unlock the alternate outfit. So that was one of them. The other one is in... There's a tower with some lava in it. I don't remember what it's called, but that's where the other crystal is. For Reinhardt. I don't know where it is for Carrie. I don't know where either of them are for Carrie. The first one's probably in the same place. I was not ready for this werewolf. He's really hanging in there. My goodness. Route. Alright, we're okay. You can't break that statue? Not sure if I'm going the right way. It's nice of seeing a game of this era having challenging platforming. Feels like even platformers in that time period stopped expecting actual platforming. Go ahead and have some chicken. I think I can fall down from up here. Yeah. Save us a little bit of jumping. You just have to... You have to approach the platforming in this game the same way you would approach Castlevania 1 on the NES. You have to, like... Oh my goodness, why are there so many... Why are there so many bomb skeletons? Why are there so many bomb skeletons? That's all that's spawning. It really is hard mode. Oh my goodness. They put bomb skeletons on that. That must be a hard mode change. Oh my goodness, that was so scary. You have to approach the platforming like you would in Castlevania 1 on the NES though. Like you have to think about it and be deliberate. It's not like you can't go casually leaping through like Mario and expect to have a really good time. You really want to plan your movements. Almost missed out on these two games. Dismissed them as broken garbage as a kid. Almost, like almost everyone else did. But something told me to give them a second chance as an adult when I got an N64 EverDrive. So glad I did, Dynamite says. So I rented this game as a kid. And I really liked it, even as a rental. But I played through on easy mode when I rented it. And so I never got to experience the full game. And then I bought it years and years later, but I never got around to playing it till just a couple years ago to actually go through the whole game. We did it on the stream. He knocked me off the ledge, but I pulled it back. That hot sauce has warmed me up too much. Or maybe it's the intense action of the game. There was an urban legend that the sequel was a Blockbuster video only release, but that's not true. Yeah, I actually remember seeing Legacy of Darkness in the store. I think. I own one Blockbuster exclusive. I have a Clay Fighter Sculptor's Cut, the Nintendo 64 game. I'm lucky enough to own a copy of that one. There's a handful of games in my collection that are former Blockbuster games, not like exclusives. The Clay Fighter is an exclusive, but I just mean like I bought a lot of games from Blockbuster's closing down. They're completely covered in stickers. They're easy to spot on the shelf, typically. The stickers increase their power. Do they now? I got a little bit turned around here. I gotta figure out where to go. It's a little tough. It's a little tough to navigate the Forest of Silence here. I think the most challenging thing about it is this spot here, because you have to pass back and forth across this platform several times. At least I think you do. I think that's what makes it a little confusing to find your way out of here. I have a vivid memory of seeing a bin full of $20 copies of Clay Fighter for the 64. This was in New Zealand, where you could pay $120 for a new release. I don't have any memory of buying Clay Fighter 63 1/3, the base game. I do have a copy of that one as well. I don't remember when I got it. I remember buying, this is the best part, skeletons on motorcycles. This is the most rad enemy in the whole game. There they go. The boss is not weak to holy water. You know what? I need the cross. I've been carrying this holy water. That's a mistake. The cross is where it's at. Yeah, because it will hunt enemies down for me. Ooh, don't pick up that knife. That's what I was thinking. No, explosive skeletons during the boss fight? That's new. boy, welcome to hard mode. I love how the boss loses his parts as you battle him. Even the regular skeletons, if you notice, they'll lose their parts if they survive a hit. You might knock their skull or an arm off. Ooh, I better have some food, and quick. Oh, but Sculptor's Cut, I do remember buying. I didn't know it was special at the time that I bought it. And neither did the store that was selling it, because I got it for $4. He's reduced to dragging himself around with one arm, and he's still dangerous. Some coffee now. That is a tremendously awkward walk cycle. That's how I've been walking around the house the past couple days after shoveling all those rocks. This is a level-based game. Like you move from level to level, and like you get blocked off, and such. But it's weird because like the like forward like thrust of the like story that has you wanting to progress in a linear way, like sort of that combined with the like sort of sprawling feel of the levels. It's weird because it is a game that is strictly divided into levels, but it doesn't feel like that to me when I play it. I don't know if I can convey that very well. But like it almost like it feels to me as I'm playing it almost like, particularly in the earlier parts, that it like it almost feels as open as like Mario 64 to me. And it's not in any way, but there is an illusion. There is an illusion that it's an open world. Again, because of like the sort of open, like back and forth nature of the individual levels. Also, dear viewers, Dynamite says, these two games are legit scary. In my opinion, the only ones in the entire franchise that are. Don't worry, Frownie, I won't reveal anything. Well, you're pretty free. You're pretty free to talk about this one, Dynamite. I mean, if there are any like vast differences between hard mode like and normal mode, maybe don't reveal the specific secrets of hard mode, but I'm pretty familiar with this game, so you're pretty free to you should consider yourself pretty free to discuss aspects of this game as you want. Legacy of Darkness, I would ask you to hold off on everything about that game, because I haven't done it yet for the stream, and I haven't done a playthrough. I mean, I haven't done a playthrough at all, but I definitely want to. So, well, I was gonna say I'm so happy I picked up the cross instead of the holy water, but really that doesn't make a difference. The holy water would be just as effective against this boss, if not more. Camera is not your friend here. The camera is very bogus in this game, but I mean it's an N64 game. Bogus cameras kind of come with the territory, right? I'm a big fan of how this game does a lot of its lighting, Chompy says. Dynamite says the lighting effects when you use the holy water look great. Save early, save often. This game gives you lots of opportunities to save, and boy, you really want to take them. When you die, you say goodbye to your progress. I can't pick up that power up because I'm at max power. Can it be a Nintendo 64 game if the camera angles aren't bogus? I think not, Cal says. Yeah, I mean, it's really not. It's really not awful. It's just sometimes it's not that the camera is awful all the time. It's just that when it is awful, it is like maximum awful. Hey, Baron Metz, welcome in. Happy Sunday. Welcome to the best Castlevania game. We're having a good time tonight. Moto Skelly's time. I can't believe it. I rant about this all the time, but I can't believe it. People complain about the skeletons on motorcycles. I have heard people with my own 2 ears. I have heard people try and cite the skeletons on motorcycles as a bad thing about this game, and I cannot understand what line of reasoning can possibly lead you to believe that there is anything not awesome about skeletons on motorcycles. It's my favorite thing about this game, Baron says. You know where it's at, my friend. Oh, the guillotine. I was so worried. I was so worried about the Medusa head. I did not even think about the guillotine. Nothing more cool, Cal says. Also, I'm guessing that's Shin Megami Tensei games have a demon that looks like that. A skeleton on a motorcycle. Hey, Sarconius, welcome in. Hey, pleasure to see you, best. I love Castlevania 64. I love this game. I actually wouldn't rank it as the best. It's probably my second favorite Castlevania game. My top 3 would be Castlevania 1, Castlevania 64, and Castlevania Bloodlines. But there is a sort of a caveat. Like, I haven't played all the games, and some of them I haven't played very much. So there is room for my like preferences to change with time. But the current standings are 164 and Bloodlines, with honorable mentions to Castlevania the Adventure and Order of Ecclesia. Hey, Mile High Roll, welcome in. Mara is my favorite SMT demon. Mile High Roll says. How's it going? It's going well. It's going well. I've been doing yard work all weekend. I've been shoveling rocks. So I've been physically a little worn out, but spirits are high. Castlevania has been goofy and cool since the first one. I love the effect with this flat castle here.
Miserable worm. Upstart weakling. All who oppose the Dark Lord must die. Come, meet your doom.
This reminds me a lot of Shadowgate 64. This, look at the way it moves around when I move the camera. It's such a weird effect. It's so bizarre. They really did not intend for you to look at it like this. But that reminds me a lot of Shadowgate 64. That game's graphics have a lot of these like flat images decorating the scenery. I like that game a lot. It's because it's haunted. Oh. It's all right. It's all right. It looks good. It looks bad, but it looks good. Out of all the Castlevania Draculas, I couldn't wait to whip that pompous guy in the mouth the most. And the obnoxious Grim Reaper, too. Yeah, he's certainly not lovable. Oh my goodness. No, I'm trying to escape. There's another Cerberus down there. Ooh, there's two of them. But if you know where the invisible platform is, you can cheese them a little bit. Okay. I think there's another one. I don't remember, just in case. Yeah. think we're okay. I think we're okay. Immediately gets set on fire. I think that battle right there. I think that battle right there against the multiple dogs is really tough if you've lost a life. Because it's just like there are whip upgrades, you know, just like the original Castlevania. When you lose a life and you don't have those whip upgrades, everything gets way, way, way harder. Free meat. Don't mind if I do. So there's a platform here, and this platform raises up. One thing about this game, I always forget how to raise that platform so you can get those goodies up there out of the top of the fountain. No, I'm stuck. Oh my goodness. Interesting. I don't know if I've come across that dialogue before. A mysterious image of a chimera guarding the mansion from evil. This mansion, this like main room in this mansion, I always think of Resident Evil when I'm in here. The structure of this game is actually very Resident Evil 4 now that I think of it, Chompy says. I still haven't played Resident Evil 4. Shock and horror. Yeah. A carefully tended garden, filled with the fragrance of roses. I know it's one I need to get to. So far, the only Resident Evil games that I've played, I've played Resident Evil 2 on the Nintendo 64, and the remake on the GameCube, both of which I really like. I played a bit of Resident Evil 0. I soft locked myself in that game though, and then I never had the heart to retry it. This guy just doesn't mess around. Hey, Sir Raka Lamb, welcome in. Hope you've had a wonderful weekend, my friend. No actual roses were harmed in the making of this garden. I do, for those who may not know, I do tend to read most of the dialogue and text in games that we play. But I kind of have a thing where I don't read dialogue that scrolls automatically, because I can never keep up. And I tend not to read dialogue and text for games that we've already been through, which is certainly the case with this one. Not that you're missing much. I do not perform very well reading dialogue. In fact, I think most people who have heard me read game text would question my degree of literacy. At dawn, I spied a young woman in the rose garden. In the midst of the nest of foes, she was calmly tending the roses. Thank goodness, we still have a reflection. Don't worry, Frownie, Cow says. I can't read out loud to save my life. Thank goodness. Thank goodness I'm in good company. Ah! That was terrifying. I was trying to get a look. at this guy. The stained glass knight. What's interesting about the stained glass knight is you watch the carpet in the beam of light. I'm not sure if there's another one here though. There isn't. I'm telling you to look for things that don't exist. Around the corner, maybe? I know there's another one. Well, I'll go through a door and come back and he'll respawn. Might take a while. Same, Sir Ragavlam says. I almost always do better the third time around. I love these little set pieces in the castle, the little cutscenes. Yeah, they're kind of cliche, but you might say. But I would say they're classic. That guy did not have a good time. Look, the rose is actually on the floor. The rose from the cutscene is on the floor in the game. What a nice little attention to detail. I don't know why this painting is torn up. Like, most of the... This isn't actually the castle, right? This is the mansion on the way to the castle. I don't know why this painting is torn up, because most of the castle is in, like... Or the mansion here is in pretty good shape. I don't notice a lot of, like, broken stuff and clutter. But that one painting... Archive. Going down to Frown Town. Welcome in, Long. Welcome to Castlevania. Alright, let's look. Let's watch the floor for another stained glass knight. Because the thing about the stained glass knights is they don't actually come out of the window. Right, they don't jump down off of the window. They're actually laying on the floor in the, like, beam of sunlight. Like the shadow of the stained glass. And they get up off the floor to come running at you. I haven't been able to see it happen. But I know that's what they're all about. How was your weekend? My weekend was pretty good. I missed the Friday stream. I had to cancel because the past few days I kind of wore myself out. I've been chicken nice. I've been doing some landscaping. I've been doing some yard work, and mostly it's been moving rocks. And it's not really difficult work, but it's tedious work. It's kind of tedious, kind of dirty, and it's kind of tiring. My yard's got a lot of rock beds that are... Jelly and I, we're trying to turn them back into regular lawn. The rock beds. So, my arms and my back have been a little tired. I've been needing some extra sleep. Glad to see you're back to Dark Souls, Frownie. Hey, Title, welcome in. Where's the egghead? I don't think I can get that until I fight the giant spiders in the underworld. So, I think you're a little too early, title. I actually did think of this game constantly when I played Dark Souls. Dark Souls and Castlevania 64 remind me a lot of each other. They're they have certain degrees of aesthetic kinship, and the atmosphere is very similar in a lot of ways. There's a lot of both games are very lonely, and there's a lot of negative space in both games, and I really like games that are like that. I like lonely games. I like games that have a lot of sort of that sort of quality of solitude and quiet about them. I don't really want to overdo it with the purchases here, but I don't want to be caught without things that I need either. I could have bought one less purifying. The Frankenstein with a chainsaw. Absolutely terrifying dynamite. Oh, there he is. He's getting up off the floor. There, now look, now there's two of them. I love the stained glass knight. Wonderful enemy. Where's the door? I thought you speed ran to that place because we all know how much you like to speed run games. I'm pretty famous for it. Jokes aside, popping in for a little bit before I have to head off to my doctor's appointment, title says. 13th day with headaches now? BP meds they put me on. Hadn't started to kick in yet. Going in for a checkup. Make sure I don't have subarachnoidal bleeding or something. I don't know what that word is. I hope you're all right, title. I hope you get good news. 13 days with headaches sounds like no joke to me, my friend. I've had some bad headaches, but 13 days is devastating. I like this room. I like the way the clouds move outside this room. It's unrealistically fast, the way the clouds move, but it has, I don't know, it has a look about it. I just kind of like it. We've got to wait here. This is one of the more cryptic parts of the game. It's not that cryptic. The game tells you what to do, but I don't know. I've watched people play this. They still seem to have a hard time figuring it out. I figured it out on my first playthrough just by sheer accident, though. I just happened to come in here at the right time without even understanding what to do. And so I've just kind of always known since then, because this cutscene stuck out in my memory as a very this is one of those parts of the game, another like one of those little like it's kind of classic, it's kind of cheesy sort of moments, but I really like it. I hate this part of the game. It cost me like an hour. It's a brain hemorrhage in the back part of your brain. Title says, as long as I don't do any strenuous physical activity, it's not too bad. Long says my wife suffers from migraines, has headaches for weeks at a go. She's tried every type of medicine they've given her, and loads of MRI scans. Sometimes it's down to blood pressure. My mom had migraines when I was a kid. I don't really know the details about it. I remember, I remember what it was like when she had a migraine attack. But I don't know what they did to treat it or anything like that. I was really young the last time I remember her being really affected by it, though. A lot of nice touches in this game, Chompy says. It's got there's a lot of little things to really like about this game. I have to admit, whenever I go to the doctor and they check my blood pressure, they tell me a couple numbers. I have no idea what those numbers mean, right? They're always like, your blood pressure is 190 over 40 or something like that. I don't know. They just give me two numbers, and I'm just like, okay, that makes sense. That sounds about right. I don't know what it means. They could tell me any two numbers. Boy, did Nintendo 64 get details on faces down pat. The same, Cal says. What a lovely collection of numbers. I hope you like them, Doctor, because I have no idea what they mean. Yeah. Your blood pressure is just measuring the pressure in your blood vessels. I understand that to a degree. All you need to know is if your doctor says it's too high or too low. Whenever I go to the doctor, they take my blood pressure, and yeah, like I said, I don't know what numbers they actually give me, but they always tell me that they always say you're just on the edge of having high blood pressure. Um, they always say I don't know if your blood pressure is a little high or if it's just because you're because of whatever sickness you have going on. Because I go to the doctor when I'm sick, not when I'm healthy. And so they're like, I'm gonna assume you're still in the normal range for now if you haven't heard otherwise. And I'm like, okay. Blood vessels are kind of like the internet. The internet is just a series of tubes. A comfortable bed. This guy's actually moving up and down. Like they tried to. I mean, like they tried to make it look like he's breathing, but also like this bed, like he's not like under a blanket, right? He's like phased into uh, the bed. It's very weird. It's very weird. It's like the bed is a giant square sheet with a slit cut in the middle, and it's draped over evenly, but he's like tucked into the slit. It looks fine from here, but if you start to investigate, there's something there's something strange. I don't think you can actually watch him get out of bed. Yeah, you have to leave the room and come back. Oh. He's literally sleeping inside the bed. Yeah. So cozy he's become one with the bed, says Cows. My intuition tells me it is worthless. Take it if you wish. So the thing about this guy, right? His intuition is wrong about the key, but I don't know. I haven't pinned that guy down yet because my intuition is to think that he's like a chump. But I think that's actually not the case. I think if I remember right, the way the story goes, like he actually turns out to be somewhat legit. Frowning on a fundamental level, beds are just a big fabric squares with a slit. You know? You were right. There we go. There's that garden key. To be fair, I wouldn't let you watch me get out of bed either. You'd have to exit and re-enter the room. I love it. I am Healthy Boy Incorporated, Dynamite says. Except I put salt on nearly everything and can't stop. It's probably what will take me out someday. I think what's going to take me out one day is the Wheel of Scorching. Thank you, Buddha Fingers. We'll pause a moment. We'll spin the wheel again, and let's see what happens to me. I've cut back on my salt quite a bit. I I used to be like very heavy-handed with like the table salt and pepper, but I've uh I've cut back on using that. I still eat food that have a lot of sodium in them, but I'm not so much going out of my way to add. At least I'm not adding table salt so much anymore. So I've made one modest improvement. Everything in moderation, title says. Keep in mind the body still needs salt. Yeah, I mean, I eat foods like bacon, right? Bacon's got tons of salt as it is. I don't need to be adding table salt to my bacon, right? Hey, that's a delightful section to land on. Blue is the warhead section, so I'm gonna get to. No, I never actually added table salt to bacon. So that's a lie when I give that as an example of an improvement. But all right, so but what I would do is like I cook my bacon and then I'll like scramble my eggs in the bacon fat, and then I add salt. I would add salt and pepper to my scrambled eggs at the table, which had been cooked in the bacon fat. But now I'm like, well, maybe I shouldn't do that, right? Because I'm sure that a lot of the salt from the bacon leaches out into the bacon fat as it's cooking. So my eggs probably have enough salt from the bacon fat. So now, so I wouldn't salt my eggs, right? Like that would be an example of where I think I've made a logical improvement. And now I'm going to eat a piece of candy. We got green. Problem with salts really when it comes to other minerals, body only absorbs what it needs. When it comes to salt, instead the absorption rate is close to 100%. Trust me, I work in medicine, title says. The thing about the green warhead is its flavor is sour apple. So like It does mellow out after after you have eaten all of the like sour powder off of the outside, but it doesn't mellow to the degree that some of the other flavors do. It stays more sour. Cal says it also varies wildly from person to person. I will pass out if I'm not filled with salt. It depends on so many factors, like how much water your body retains naturally. Buddhafinger says, no wonder you're so in love with 50 video games included. Because games that broken are bound to make people feel salty. I've swapped table salt to kosher salt, Buddhafinger says. Oh, hey, we have a raid coming in. Nice. Welcome in, raiders. We were just doing a little channel point redemption. That's why we're in couch mode here. So welcome in. It's a great time to have you here. Sots, thank you for the raid. How did your stream go? What were you doing? It's good to see you again. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for bringing your friends along. Nintendo Nat, pleasure to have you with us again. Hope you've been doing well. The spicy beans. There's actually Warhead's candy. But yeah, the wheel. I didn't get spicy. I got sour this time. Stream was great. What were you up to, if I may ask? Enigma Wave, welcome in. Great to have you here. Those are nice. Yeah, they're not a spicy item, so like you could argue they don't belong on the wheel, but you know, a sour food is still an abrasive food. There's a moment of like shock and pain. So I think, and I love them. I just love them. So it's my wheel. I'm going to put something I like on it. Finished Oracle of Seasons, then started a first time, long time playthrough of Link to the Past. Nice. First time, long time playthrough. So, not technically a first playthrough, but the first playthrough after, like, a huge number of years. First time in a very long time. Gotcha. I hope that's treating you well. I haven't played the Oracle games yet. I played a little bit of Oracle of Seasons. We played like 2 hours of it on the stream, but my battery and my cartridge died. And I didn't have the heart. I didn't have the heart to go back to it yet. Definitely want to give it another try. I want to play both the Oracle games. I think it's for the best because I think I actually want to play Oracle of I actually think I want to play Oracle of Ages first. Because I've heard that Ages is more puzzle centered and Seasons is more combat centered. And I think that if I'm going to play them, I want to play them close together. And I think I'll be less likely to burn out if I play the puzzle heavy section first. That's my thought. Just use save states, title says. I mean, we could play them. I've got a Game Boy Color emulator on my Wii, so we could play them on the Wii. But that's just not typically my style. Sot says, first time in about 5.25 years for Link to the Past. Always found the distinction a bit overstated, Chompy says. Didn't notice it when playing them basically back to back. I may not notice either when I actually play them. It all remains to be seen, I reckon. So we're playing Castlevania 64. I love Castlevania 64. Big fan of this game. I know it pretty well. We're playing this is the first time doing hard mode. So there are some changes. There are some differences when playing hard mode. I think there's a key in one of these, right? Yeah, that's what I was looking for. See, I know a few things. I know where a few keys are. It is a little tougher. So far, not brutal, but some unpleasant surprises, definitely. I've definitely got to play Ages, Sot says. More into puzzles. Yeah, I think I'm more into the puzzles as well, but I do find them to be mentally taxing. I missed a few comments here, so let me try to catch up. If I skip something that that you have to say to me. Frownie is playing Dark Souls 64, also known as Whip Mario 64. Once in a blue moon, this Frownie guy actually plays good games. That sounds about right. Some people would argue this is not one of those times. Castlevania 64 is great, though. What up, wall of text? Gonna hose myself off so I'm vaguely not smelly at my doctor's appointment, Title says. I hope that goes well for you, Title. I wish you the best, my friend. I hope that goes well for you, and you get this headache situation under control. We'll look forward to seeing you again. I've heard good things about this game. A lot of some people are coming around to it. A lot of people have a lot of bad things to say about this game for a long time, and that's changing a little bit. There are a few more people now that know what's up with this game and how good it really is, but is there secret wall meat in this game too? There kind of is, Sir Rackablam. It's not usually in the walls. It's usually inside of statues, so I actually can't think of an example where it's in a wall. It's more like secret statue meat. Wall chicken, Long says. Remember some of those Oracle dungeons being hard, Chompy says? I hope that goes well for you. Title says, don't worry. I've showered before. It isn't my first time. Played this game as a kid. I enjoyed it, Nintendo says. Right on. I rented this game. Getting some serious nostalgia right now. I'm getting scared right now. This is the scary part of the game right here. No matter how many times I play this, I've never gotten good at this part of the game. So, we might be in a bit of trouble here. Yeah, I rented this game, and I played it on easy mode when I rented it as a kid. So I only got to see about 2/3 of the way into the game, but I really liked it. And it stayed in my memory for a long time. Oh, yuck, why did I do that? Why did I do that? I sabotaged myself so badly just now. And then I bought a copy years later, and I finally played through it just a couple years ago on the stream, and I always liked it from that memory that I had with it. But after finally beating it, like playing it all the way through, I really love this game. And we've done it a couple times. This is the 4th time we've played it on the stream. First time ever trying out the hard mode. Oh, cool. Yep. This is what I was afraid of. I've activated this guy, and I don't know where to go. I don't think I can get back out. I think I'm locked in. Oh, I was wrong. What a loser. Hopefully he forgets about me when I go inside. Hopefully you didn't hear me say that about him. I'm gonna have to play this through again soon. Oh, I hope you do. I hope you do, and I hope that you have a wonderful time with it, because boy, it's a fun game. Never played this one, Long says. Just did my first ever playthrough of Symphony of the Night over the weekend and loved it. I like Symphony. We did that one on the stream too. The thing about Symphony, though, is I've already played a couple games that came after Symphony, and they did what it did. So it wasn't really the like mind-blowing or magical experience to me that I think people got when they played it new. So I don't have the love for it that a lot of people have. And it's just a little less to my style. I'm not really crazy about the I like a Metroid style game like Symphony, but I don't really like when they have the heavy RPG elements. The experience and leveling and stats and stuff. That's always kind of a bummer for me. I don't like that kind of stuff so much. I like exploring, and I like character progression and stuff like that in those kind of games, but I'd rather my character growth and progression come from as a direct reward for exploration through items obtained from specific overcoming specific challenges in the game, the way that Metroid or A Link to the Past work is really what I like, or Hollow Knight. I loved Hollow Knight. That's sort of my ideal Metroid style adventure. Ah, here we go. I wonder I wasn't making any progress. There's a whole section over here. I keep running by. Hey, Game and Fit, welcome in. Just woke up, but I had the coolest Dark Souls stream. Right on. Dreamed to found a secret boss fight, a two-headed snake on a sand orb. One attack from below and one from above. Block the one from below, launch into the air to do a plunging attack on the one above. I can dig that. Did the collection on PS4, so I played Rondo of Blood first. Long says that one I haven't done yet. I'm kind of saving Rondo of Blood for like, I don't know, like a rainy day or a special occasion or something, because I've heard it's really good. Hollow Knight was amazing. Yeah, I didn't completely finish Hollow Knight. I got the first ending in Hollow Knight, but I didn't get the true ending. I've got a bit of work yet that I could do if we go back to Hollow Knight. I'd like to, I think. But the thing is, Hollow Knight has like 100 million boss rushes at the end of the game that, boy, I don't know. You know, that kind of stuff really like starts to feel like padding, and I'm scared, everybody. I'm very scared. Terrifying. Let me try again. Are you hoping to beat this tonight? Dynamite says, I'm sorry. If you asked that before, I'm sorry. I see now. I scrolled up. I missed that. My bad, Dynamite. No, I don't think I'm gonna beat it tonight. I'm not moving at a pace that's like quick enough to beat it tonight. We'll probably do half of it tonight and the other half next week. I think I very well could beat it in one sitting if I really moved seriously through the game, but because it's not that long of a game, right? But so like we could theoretically do it, but for the stream and just because I like to, like, you know, where we sort of chat and stop from time to time, you know, that slows us down. And also just when I play this game, I like to stop and look at stuff sometimes and think about it and just sort of enjoy the environment of the game. So that really slows me up too. So not likely to make it through in one sitting. Copper key. Oh yeah, yeah. I remember what the copper key is for. How long was the last time I did it? Every time we've done it on the stream, it's been 2 nights. And I think it's taken me... It takes about 7 to 8 hours. For most of the playthroughs, I think. I don't know. I'd have to... I can't... I don't know for sure. I'd have to take a look at YouTube in the archive. But I feel like it usually takes me about 7 to 8 hours, which, you know, we do a lot of 7 and 8 hour streams. I guess I should put an asterisk there, though, because I'm also talking about a normal difficulty playthrough. Since we're on hard mode now, like, I don't know, some of these bosses, I might get to a boss and hit a wall and be stuck for a while because of the extra difficulty, for all I know. Castlevania 64, Game and Fit says, it'll be nice to see someone who likes this game play it and beat it. I love this game. Game and Fit. This game is a splendid fountain with carvings in relief. This game is top tier. I wanted to like Hollow Knight, but I want a Metroid-style game to be snappier, Chompy says. There's just so many, there's just so many, like, so many boss rushes in Hollow Knight. And I don't know, I'm just so bad at boss rushes. I should have a different attitude. I should try to develop a different attitude to boss rushes. I think a lot of people have a negative attitude about boss rushes, me included. I have a very negative attitude about them. I think a lot of us tend to see them like as a punishment. Like they don't really we don't really see them as like a challenge to overcome, but like a punishment we have to endure. And I don't really think that's necessarily the right attitude. It makes it hard for me to play a boss rush. Particularly when it's a boss rush of repeated content, though. Like, I think that's, you know, like I love Castlevania Bloodlines, right? And people say about that game that the game is like just one long boss rush, and it kind of is, but it's not really a bad thing because most of the time you're not repeating boss fights, right? There are repeated boss fights, but that's the exception rather than the rule. Oh, Nintendet said, gotta get my day started here. Have a good rest of the stream. It was great to see you, Nat. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you get a chance to revisit Castlevania 64, and I hope you have a wonderful time with it when you do. But thank you for being here with us. How long ago was the last time I played this? I think last year, Dynamite. I think the last time we played this was May of last year. Just trying to pull up YouTube. Don't put too many U's in YouTube. You'll go to some site where you don't want to be. My laptop is now completely filled with malware. Sorry about that. So we played this in October of 2001, and it took 7 hours to get through the game in carry mode. So that seems typical. 7 to 8 hours for a very laid back casual playthrough. Seems doable, Budafinger says, but the goof-off potential around here is off the charts. It's simply impossible. $7 hours? That means we can do it in 6 if we don't gush over the motorcycle skeletons. I think Budafingers, your sentence there just proved why 6 hours is impossible. YouTube. The plural would be hey you guys tube. You mean the plural of YouTube isn't y'all tube? Nice. Use tubes. I think I missed a comment somewhere. Never played this game in Fit said. Looks fun though. I'm a sucker for the N64 era. This game's a lot of fun. It getting used to the platforming is something of a you might consider something of to have something of a steep learning curve. I suspect a lot of people who have a distaste for this game. I suspect it comes from having a rough time with the platforming in the early game. Not that there aren't other things to dislike or get frustrated with in the game. There are other parts that might, that can annoy some people, I'm sure do. But I think that early frustration, sours people on the game, so that its weaknesses are accentuated in their mind. I'm in trouble. I have wandered back into the maze on purpose, by the way. This is all unnecessary what I'm doing right now. I just wanted to go looking for secrets or treasures. I am subjecting myself to optional Castlevania 64 at the moment. I'm gonna die. Rip the Deathless Run. I think they should have put the motorcycle skeletons on the front of the box instead. With all the skipping, I feel like you should be singing Fa La La as you jump about, Baron says. The puppers were too hungry, apparently. Hey, they got me. It's bound to happen sometimes, right? When we played through as Carrie on the stream, I didn't learn that Carrie's attack is chargeable until I was about 2/3 of the way into the game. So while I was playing on normal difficulty, I was secretly playing on hard mode. Because I was sabotaging myself the whole way through. Accidental hard mode is a classic Frownie move, Buddhafinger says. It's my favorite. There's just something magical about making a game so much harder on myself than it's supposed to be. I don't know why I'm a monster that likes when that happens so much, but I really do. Oh no, he got me. He got me. He's gonna turn me into a vampire. He did. And he got his health back. Wow, this is rough. This is very rough. Everyone's face is in agony and pain. Both of those, not just one of the two, but both agony and pain. There we go. Oh my goodness, I finally got him with the holy water. That makes a huge difference. No! No, break free, please! Ooh, my health is bad again. Hey, Chozo Brain, welcome in. This is good music for whipping. Agony, pain, and ouchie, Sot says. All three. Gonna be lurking. It's actually planning on playing this one in like 2 weeks, Chozo says. I've been thinking about this game. This game's been on my mind ever since May. Since before May, I was planning on playing it, you know, like in April or something. I was thinking I would play it for Halloween in May, but Tears of the Kingdom has taken over so much of the stream that I couldn't fit it in, and then I was just like, well, I don't know, I just randomly decided to play it tonight because I couldn't wait any longer. I mean, what am I going to do? Wait until October to play it? No way. Hope you have a good time when you pick it up, Chozo. Hope it goes well for you. Master Tuesday, welcome in. Happy Tuesday to you, my friend. And Arkanoid Addict, always great to see you. Hope you've had a wonderful weekend. There she is. I do love this little part in the game, right? Like we come upon a vampire, like, with his victim. We take out the vampire, then the victim turns and we have to fight her as a vampire as well. And they're two very different battles, like, even though, you know, they're both vampires. No, I feel cheated. I feel very cheated. Oh yeah, I didn't have any power-ups. No wonder that was so tough. That's right, I died. I lost my power-ups. No wonder that was so hard. I should have farmed some power-ups. That could have been so much easier. Look at these skeletons. They're in some pretty wild angles there. It's been a while since you gone back to the Nintendo 64 in general, right? Yeah. When was the last Nintendo 64 game we played? I don't think it's been since Pilot Wings. We finished up Pilot Wings in like February? January or February. And we played some Mickey Speedway USA as well. I still haven't finished up with that game. I've got like one cup that I've got to get all the gold trophies on, but it's so hard. I'm gonna have to practice a lot, so I haven't gone back to it because I know it's gonna be a couple of hours of practice on the stream, just sitting and grinding some of those tracks until I memorize them. Because that's what they're like. Is they're tracks that if you don't have them memorized, you can't really react. Nice, another raid. Jay, welcome in. Thank you for the raid, my friend. What were you doing tonight? Tears of the Kingdom? Hope you've had a wonderful time with that. I think I haven't done any of the story for Tears of the Kingdom. I've only been exploring, and I think I've done about half the shrines. If it has the same number of shrines as Breath of the Wild, I don't know whether or not it does, but I assume it would. Then I think I'm halfway done with the shrines, which probably puts me at like a quarter of the way finished with the game, maybe. I don't know. It's so hard to know. You'll see. Yeah. I'm in no rush to find out. You were bitten. It's only a matter of time now, Game and Fit says. To be fair, Pilot Wings was a lot of fun. I had a great time with Pilot Wings. I thought that was great. I'm actually really surprised I was able to get all those gold medals in Pilot Wings, though. I kind of didn't think that was going to happen. Spider Lady. I gotta be careful I don't wind up with an egg on my head now. Vampires being surprised, being beaten by a human. Have they not tried my famous garlic chicken parmesan? Very nice, Game and Fit. Dynamite says, I like your list, Frownie. I have Castlevania 1, Rondo of Blood, and Castlevania 64 as 1, 2, and 3. I could be there with you, but like I said, I haven't played Rondo yet, so I don't know where that's going to end up on my ranking. Can't rank Bloodlines or Castlevania 4 due to the easy difficulty, Dynamite says. I can, they're both good, Game and Fit says. I'm not as crazy about Castlevania 4. I think I would love Castlevania 4 if it weren't a Castlevania game. Well, I say that. It would have to not be a Castlevania game, and they would have to shrink Simon's sprite. I don't like how gigantic Simon is in Castlevania 4. I don't know my way through this part of the game very well. So we might be down here in the sewer for a while. There we go. That's what I was trying to farm a power up. And we got it, so we can move along now. Both Pilot Wings games are neat. Jay says, "Yeah, I haven't played the Super Nintendo Pilot Wings. I have it. I'm kind of worried to play it because it's like a mode. Looks like I think it's a mode 7 heavy game. I don't know. I kind of worry just at a glance that it's going to be rather janky, which should make me eager to play it. Really, but I worry. I worry it's one of those kind of games that I'm gonna end up like with Taz on the Super Nintendo, where I'll never be able to figure out how to do it. By both, you mean the SNES and Nintendo 64 ones? Yeah, because there's been a couple other Pilot Wings, maybe Pilot Wings in name only. I don't know. I don't really know the series very well. That's a pretty stunning take, Buddhafinger says. Most people rank Castlevania 4 well above this. Castlevania 4, like... I have mixed feelings about the aesthetics in Castlevania 4. I don't like how the controls are so radically different from the NES games. So, I don't know. I don't love it. I know a lot of people love it, but I just think it's all right. It's definitely a really good game, but it's not like no. Welcome in, Raiders. Pleasure to have you here. You've come in at a wonderful time. I'm just sitting here sharing bogus opinions and dissolving in poisonous water. You may look at that as cosmic punishment. Saltiest of squids. Thank you for the raid. What were you doing tonight? How did your stream go? Please tell us everything. It looks like you were playing Tears of the Kingdom as well. Everyone's playing Tears of the Kingdom tonight. We had Jay come in with a raid after Tears. And now we've got the Squiddies here. Welcome in, NX. Pleasure to have you here. Is that a NTI 31? Thank you for joining us. Pleasure to have you here. Thank you for the follow as well. Very much appreciate that. Thank you. You can flip the whip, circle whip action. The floppy whip is a lot of fun in Castlevania 4. I will admit that. That's because 50 million people have probably beaten Castlevania 4, but only about 300 have beaten this. It all comes back to Castlevania 64, Frownie. NX says, I love it. I love this game. It's just so good. Oh, Game and Fit. The Game and Fit says, my man can kill vampires, but swimming? Nope, that's too much. I'm out. They're a step ahead of you on that, Game and Fit. It's not that Reinhardt can't swim. He can. But when you come over here, dead body, has it drowned? No, it must be this poisoned water from the river. It's not the water that's deadly. It's not that you can't swim. It's that the water is so heavily infected with poison that it kills you on contact. They contextualized it. I was admiring that little detail earlier tonight before you came in, I think. I'll pretend it's acid water. No one said your opinions were bogus, Budafingers says. Just uncommon opinions. Oh, I didn't say you were accusing me. I didn't mean to imply you were accusing me of having bogus opinions, Budafingers. I was declaring my opinions to be bogus. That was purely self-reflection. Good old Castlevania 64. How are you, Frownie? Thank you very much for the shout out. No problem. Thank you for the raid. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I've been doing yard work all weekend. And so I'm physically kind of stiff and sore, but spirits are high. A ton of fun stuff without spoilers. You're doing a cheeky bit of story, which has been blowing my mind. That's what I've heard that from other reliable sources, that the story is pretty wild. I'll get to it one day. I haven't done any of the story. I'm at like probably 2% of the story. The last thing that happened in the story was Pura told me to go to the Hebra region, and I never did. It's like the very first thing you get told to do in the story, and I ignored it. So I've done nothing. But I've done about half the shrines, I think. I've done maybe half the shrines. I filled in about half of the overworld map. Maybe about a quarter of the depths. I think I'm being generous in my estimates. I'm still doing pretty good on items. I don't think I'm going to buy anything. Are you doing a speed run? That's me. I'm on world record pace. In a special category, Frownie percent. Has similar colors to the reptile stage in Mortal Kombat 1. I'm afraid I'm not familiar with Mortal Kombat. Can you imagine the graphics and controls if they had added swimming? That may have been a step too far, what this Dynamite says. Yeah, a lot of times, like, I mean, is there any platformer where the swimming is the best part of the game? Is there any game that exists that has swimming and non-swimming sections where the swimming sections are better than the non-swimming? Has that ever happened in the history of the medium? I have my doubts. The music down here is familiar to me. I think it reminds me of something from like Yoshi's Island, maybe. The castle music in that. Doesn't sound a lot like it, but it's got a there's a little touch to the melody that's awakening something in my memory. Place your bets. Has Frownie gone in a circle? Oh no, we're good. We're good. No circles here. This is 100% pure progress. I hate water levels in any Mario game. Yeah, not a big fan of the swimming levels. Probably easier to make the water kill you instead. I'll give them that. At least Castlevania series strayed far away from water levels. You might like this. A friend of mine is trying to play through Tears of the Kingdom without collecting any extra heart pieces. It reminds me of something you would do. I mean, I kind of played like that in a way because I prioritize stamina so heavily, but only vaguely, kind of, not really. That's a bit much. Mario Galaxy 2 had some good water levels. Majora's Mask, Chompy says. Swimming's pretty good in Majora's Mask. Some Tomb Raiders had better swimming, Dynamite says. I have never played a Tomb Raider game yet. This is fun, but I've got to go. I'll check back another time. Thank you, NT, for stopping in. I appreciate the follow. Hopefully we'll get to see you again. In the meantime, have a great rest of your day. And be well until we get to see you again. I was going to give all sorts of joke examples of great swimming levels. but they're all so bad, Cal says. I'd probably have to ban myself. Be careful what you wish for. Anytime they add swimming to an N64 game, Buddhafinger says you run the risk of collecting jiggies in Rusty Bucket Bay. Oh, Rusty Bucket Bay was so bad to me. I know that's why we're bringing it up, but... spinning platforms are intolerable. I like the color, the shade of blue that they went with this platform. I like this color. Very pleasing to me. It's kind of almost a teal. It's a good platform. Oh, Frownie, you like the Tomb Raider trilogy on PlayStation 1? A bit janky with the controls, but totally a figure-it-out dummy kind of trilogy. I have Tomb Raider 1 and 2, so we'll do those someday. I don't think I have the third one. I think I just have 1 and 2. It's bad to everyone, Frownie. It's a problem shared, Rusty Bucket Bay. I just, when we did that on the stream, I drown on Rusty Bucket Bay like a centimeter away from the last music note. I think that's just for bonus stuff that I don't need. Give me like a piece of meat or something. Oh, that's the exit? Oh yeah, the exit has to be behind a sun door, so this story segment makes sense. I forgot about that. Honorable mention to the Water Temple. My recent playthrough confirmed best dungeon in the game, Chompy says. I like the Fire Temple the best. In, Oh, hang on. You're talking about Majora's Mask. What's my favorite temple in Majora's Mask? I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. I might like Woodfall Temple the best in Majora's Mask. You meant Ocarina? Oh, okay. Yeah, I like the Fire Temple the best in Ocarina. I like rescuing the Gorons. It makes me feel heroic. It's nice for Link to be doing something like noticeably heroic in the world of the game. I got so... As opposed to just hitting chickens, yeah. I got so lost in the Water Temple the first time I played Ocarina of Time, I was convinced I had softlocked myself. I erased my save file and started the game over. Water Temple's great. Iron Boots thing could be more elegant, but the puzzles and atmosphere are so good. It's not bad. The worst part about the Water Temple for me is there's one room in the center column. There's a block that lifts up when you raise the water level, and there's a room under that block. And I always forget about that room under there. And I think that's why I thought I was soft locked when I played it as a kid, because I never found that room on my first attempt. And I think there's a key down there, if I'm remembering it right. And it's that one room that makes the whole thing difficult for me. Water Temple in Ocarina was used to test the Zora. Each time they went from a child to full-fledged adult. That's why. When you reach the room with Shadow Link, it tests you against an exact clone of yourself. Such a good game, Game and Fit says. I didn't know that little bit of lore. Rosa, what a smoking babe, Buddhafinger says. She's a smurf, Game and Fit says. Buddhafinger says, she's just a little blue. We can stick her back in the sun until she's medium rare. Having not played the Water Temple in years, when I played again on the Switch, I actually got mad and gave up for a couple of months. I got the whole place memorized now and can beat it in just under half an hour, Game and Fit says. I forgot about that too, Chompy says. It's good to hear that I am in good company. Let's go ahead and take a moment here to cut the VOD into 2 sections so my file doesn't grow out of control.